Tracey and Cam, we're standing here in front of your beautiful Beech Staggerwing VH-UXP. What can you tell me about this aircraft? Why have we got an aircraft based here in Wanaka with an Australian registration?
All right, well, this aeroplane was built in 1936. It was Australia's first Beechcraft. And when we purchased the aeroplane in 2005, we realised she needed a little bit of work. So we decided we needed to do a ground-up restoration. We wanted to take it back to the way she was delivered from the factory in 1936. Okay. So we looked around Australia and we couldn't find a suitable restoration facility. But here in New Zealand, there was a company down south in Mandeville that were doing a Staggerwing for another fellow, and we thought, well, let's have a look at what they've done. So we saw it, we were really impressed, and well, the rest is history. We bought the aeroplane to New Zealand in 2007, and she's been here ever since.
Oh, okay, so how long did the restoration itself take?
It was around about 5 years in total, and that was really having two guys working on it pretty much full time during that period. Yeah.
Right. So yourselves, you're based here in New Zealand permanently now?
Unfortunately not.
No, we're Hong Kong based. Okay. I work for an airline up there, and so we get back as often as we can, typically 3, 4, maybe even 5 times a year to go and fly her, and we fly her as often as we can. Yeah.
Now, I know a question you probably get asked a lot by a lot of people that are familiar with the Staggerwing but not aficionados. How come it's not red?
That's a very good question. Most of them are red.
Yes.
Most of them are red or yellow.
Yep.
But we decided, because we wanted to turn this aircraft to exactly the way it came from the factory in 1936, we would restore it with the same colour scheme, and this is exactly how it came, with this insignia blue, the silver stripe, and the same registration, VH-UXP. So we really have returned it to its original condition.
To what it was. So
it's a time capsule.
Time capsule restoration, which is great, and it certainly looks very nice in the air.
Yeah, thank you.
So is it just a private aircraft for you to enjoy here, or do you use it for some business activity? Or?
No, we don't. It is a private aircraft. It's something obviously we enjoy, and I think we've found, at events like this, that a lot of people really appreciate that sort of Art Deco styling and, the sort of level of the restoration of what we've done. I think a lot of people.
So you're the pilot, Cam. What's your day job?
Airline pilot.
You're an airline pilot?
Airline pilot
right.
with Cathay Pacific, and so I fly 777s. I'm a 777 captain, and. But I operate the 777, but I fly this.
Yeah, nice distinction. So was this your first vintage aircraft, or had there been others over the years? Or?
Yes, it was our first vintage aeroplane. I'd flown vintage airplanes when I was a youngster, just starting out in the business, and I loved it. I just thought vintage airplanes were wonderful. I'd seen a Staggerwing when I was 17 at a fly-in in Australia, and I thought, gosh, if ever I could have an airplane of that calibre, I would love to. And then so eventually we had that opportunity in 2005.
Right, great. Now, Tracey, you gave me your business card yesterday, and I noted something interesting on there regarding Admiral Byrd's Staggerwing.
That's right.
I know a little history, but that piqued my interest. So what's the story behind that?
Well, Cam can probably tell you better, but basically we're doing another restoration at the moment.
Right.
It's a D17A, of which there were only 8 built in the world. Been powered by a very rare engine, a Wright 350 horsepower, 7-cylinder, and it served with Admiral Richard Byrd in the Antarctic in 1939.
Well, it was an unusual story because we, upon having this aeroplane, we decided to do a little bit of a research on the other Staggerwings that were in Australia, and we realised that probably that most famous Staggerwing was in Australia. It had crashed in 1963, and through a friend of ours, we sort of got this idea that perhaps it would be interesting to see if we could find even a fragment of that historic airframe. So we did a little research, and we ended up establishing that, in fact, not only was a fragment still available, it was the entire frame was left where it crashed in '63. So we recovered that airframe, and then decided, because of its history, it was worthy of something a little special. So we're now restoring it to its original 1939 US Antarctic service configuration, livery, the whole 9 yards.
Great. So when might we see that?
Oh. Now, tricky
We
question.
say 2 years.
Right. But it's a rolling 2 years. So we've been working on it now 3 years,
Right,
and it's coming along really quite well. The wings are finished and so forth, and we probably estimate realistically another 3 years from now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds good. Oh, well, good luck with the project.
Yeah,
Tracy,
thanks very
Cam, thank you
much.
very much.
Yeah, no, pleasure.
Thanks,
Good.
Alan.